This is Mayhapsibly. Mayhapsibly wants to own some noobs with a Voidwaker blade. I made Mayhapsibly when I was burnt on my maxed UIM just after TOA came out, and she's the account I tested a lot of things on for the moral speedrun account. Now that I'm into some of the heavier, more time-intensive grinds in the speedrun, I'm done with most of the tedious early game stuff on there. I have a little bit more time to play the game, a bit more chill when I don't want to do another hour of Sepulchre before bed, but I still want to chill and play the game. And Mayhapsibly is in a really good place for that, I think. We've got all the quests done, except the new ones that unlock the Grumbler. We're at 1838 total level with 99 crafting and thieving, as well as some decent combat levels that I can start doing some of the lower level PVM with. All the medium diaries, a few hards, all the Current favors, and just about 50 days of playtime. It's not bad, TBH. The bank value is around 51 mil, and we have most of the basic stuff done. Got the quest speedrun graceful, of course, fighter torso, fire cape, slayer helm, dragon skim, defender, basic. I pulled the tackle box and the fishing barrel from Temperos in about 96 KC, which I was very happy about. Got a nice little stack of almost 11k U-logs that I chopped in the Woodcutting Guild while I waited for the membership to run out while I was doing the early game stuff on the Moral Percent speedrun. We got a bunch of gems, birdhouse seeds, most of the skilling outfits, big chunks of herb seeds I got from Master Farmer, thieving, and contracts, and all the potions and herblore supplies that come from that, of course. A little bit of prayer XP, then just a whole bunch of Ironman quest garbage that I'll be getting rid of one day. I've only done 17 clues. The LMS rank is terrible. Got 82 Guardians of the Rift games, 50 Rex kills, 96 fishing tot, nothing exciting. The house is full of portals, a stamina pool, mounted glory, chapel, lectern for making tabs. Nothing super exciting, but pretty useful for getting around. Mayhapsibly is basically a mid-game Iron starter pack, which is a pretty fun place to be in the Iron game mode, and what's something that all mid-game Irons dread? The wilderness, of course. The new boss update made the D-pick way more accessible to me, which I'm a huge fan of, and introduced a new weapon, a bunch of weapon upgrades, made the PVM part of it more accessible and interesting, and it finally died down enough for me to do it on the off hours before I go to bed, which is just the best. So, I went to one of the guild whose names I always mix up to grab a few dragon maces for Calvar'ion, and went to Ferox to make an incredibly basic setup. I didn't want to look up any guides, because I've seen a bunch of people do it, and it seems pretty easy, so I got a bit of crush bonus, I forgot my salve, which I do switch to later, and then went out for my first KC to figure out if I hated it or not. It took me a while to figure that out, though. Even way after the update, at nowhere near peak time, Calvar'ion is just so easy, it's constantly full of irons and low-level mains, and just a ton of bots, like, way too many bots, it's rough. Just like how my first KC was pretty rough. But at the very least, I got him through to the second phase without dying to anything, so I was starting to relax a little bit when a pure PKer came in. He logged out, I think, which I wish I knew before I tell it out, but whatever. So we run it back to Ferox, up through the graveyard. Alright, he's still on the second phase, and it's not telling me someone else will get the loot, so I'm kind of pogging a little bit. Then this absolute goon comes in with his dark bow, and I figured I'd kind of just ignore him and keep hitting the boss, which was working out fine, other than wasting a bunch of my food, but then his friend or someone completely random came in, and I got spooked and tallied out. But again, run it back through the graveyard, boss is still low HP, kill the dogs for like a 4th time, this boss is super annoying, why do people think it's... It better be worth it. Oh hell yeah, I've never had a 1kc anything, I was so hyped about this. Not quite as hyped as getting it at 49kc at the KBD on my UAM, but I love a little RNG pogging to wake you up before bedtime. Bad feelings gone, PKers come at me, this boss rolls, let's keep going. After a few kills, it became pretty second nature. This boss is incredibly easy for the loot it can drop. I don't really understand the idea behind it, but I guess at least it's high effort running around and avoiding stuff. I also got pretty good at panic clicking the seed pod when a skull falls in. All these poor PKers wasting their law runes, I feel so bad for them. This place is Ironman heaven, I'm not gonna lie. If you're not trying to play max efficiency, of course, this boss is so chill, it's so easy to get to and escape from, and the loot is just chef's kiss wonderful. I love it. Dragon bones, gold ore, free range pots, gems, Mortmire fungus, wildy food, come eat folks. It's basically free out here. I learned something pretty cool actually. I don't think anyone knows this, so I think this is like a world's first or something, but if a PKer comes in after Calvar'ion dies and before the loot spawns, and then they try to rush you with the Voidwaker, you just get the Voidwaker blade at 32 KC. Jokes aside, that was way too close. I didn't know what to panic about first. My tick eats were terrible, and it went in the looting bag, which means I would have 100% lost it on death, but holy. I got out, and then I had to go lie down because I'm way too old for this kind of drama. 32 KC for everything I wanted. You love to see it. After that, I threw on the Black Dragon Hide Crystal Bow fit and went out to RDO. See you next time.